behind Putin's use of force declaration, an ultimatum, or a bid to reshape negotiations. President Vladimir Putin's declaration at the Eastern Economic Forum on September 3rd, stating that Russia will end the war in Ukraine by force if negotiations are not possible, does not represent a sudden shift in Moscow's stance. Rather, it is a complex diplomatic signal, a stark reminder, and a calculated effort to reframe the endgame on both the battlefield and at the negotiating table as the conflict extends into its fourth year. Putin's statement can be analyzed through three primary lenses: the military context, the message to the West, and the consolidation of his domestic position. Militarily, the declaration comes as the war has devolved into a grueling war of attrition, costly for both sides. While Russia controls parts of Ukrainian territory, it has also faced significant losses in personnel and equipment, as well as pressure from sanctions. By emphasizing the military option, the Kremlin asserts that it possesses the will and resources to pursue a long-term war. This is a message intended to quash any hope in Kyiv and the West that Russia will soon exhaust itself and collapse. It signals a readiness to endure a protracted conflict to achieve its stated strategic objectives. Diplomatically, this is an unmistakable message directed at Washington and Brussels. Putin is laying out a choice: either accept negotiations based on the new territorial realities, that is, recognizing the Ukrainian regions annexed by Russia, or face a war with no end in sight. This is a tactic of coercive diplomacy aimed at creating fissures within the Western alliance between those who seek a swift, peaceful resolution and those who insist on a total victory for Ukraine. By stating that Russia prefers negotiations, Putin attempts to shift the onus for the war's continuation onto Ukraine and its allies. Finally, for his domestic audience, this declaration reinforces the image of a strong, uncompromising leader determined to protect national interests. It reassures the Russian public that the government has not abandoned its original goals and that their sacrifices have not been in vain. In the context of a prolonged war, maintaining public support is vital, and such statements are crucial in shaping the national narrative. However, the door to negotiations that Putin leaves ajar leads down a path that Kyiv cannot accept. Russia's conditions regarding territory and Ukraine's neutral status remain red lines for President Zelensky's government. Therefore, Putin's statement, despite having the veneer of an ultimatum, in reality reflects a profound impasse. It does not open a true exit from the conflict, but merely reaffirms that the path forward will still be determined not by diplomatic overtures, but by strength on the battlefield.